about that. What? Make me say it again. Make me say it again. Y'all know about this, okay? You may know about the Isley Brothers, but what you know about Stokely from Mint Condition? You don't know nothing. Hey y'all. So welcome to DivaSpeaks Relationships. Got another Talk That Talk edition. I'm not going to keep you long. I'm not going to waste your time, but thank you for stopping by and tuning in. As you know, I'm about to bring you the drama. But it's the kind of drama that we are not personally in. Some of us can identify, some of us have seen it before. Or we're watching others going through it, or you may be going through something like it now. And if you are, there's no judgment. Just know that everybody got their seasons. Everybody got their problems. Ain't nobody judging you over here, but we about to talk about this. But I hope y'all liking that Stokely. Like, Lord have mercy. Just make me say it again, you know? The good stuff. But anyway, my name is Angela Portariel, and we're about to be in, 2023? So we're about to wrap this year up and get into what we need to get into, right? So I'm going to pull up the letter and get it started. I'm going to mute Stokely for a second. But, oh, hey, thank you. Much love. So, guys, let's talk about what we came here to talk about tonight. I'll turn Stokely back up because, you know what, that's just some good soulful, make you feel good, you know, wind you down type of, put you on relax mode type of, you know, music. The remake, but it's still good, easy listening, you know, pleasurable to your ears. Okay, so buckle up, here we go. The caption is, and it's from a girl, it's a young lady, I'm sorry, no disrespect, it's from a young lady, and I know that I've done a talk show, a televised talk show on this, like the first year that I was ever exposed to television. But this is what she wants to know. So she captioned it with, "That was fast." No, get your mind out the gutter. Get your nasty little mind out the gutter. She ain't talking about that. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just thinking that way. Okay, so that was fast. Okay, she says, "I just got out of a 4-year relationship last week, and I can't even think about looking at another person, let alone dating them." Y'all see where it's going, right? Okay, so I'm going to start over. "I just got out of a 4-year relationship last week, and I can't even think about looking at another person, let alone dating them. My ex is already pursuing his coworker, who was one of the reasons we split up. He promised me up and down there was nothing between them. It feels like a slap in the face to see him move on so quickly. For goodness sake, it's only been a week. I'm constantly second guessing everything we had between us. He obviously was into her, but would not admit it. He's only known this person for 2 weeks. I hate them both so much." Oh, I feel you on that. Been there, done that before. She says, "I hate them both so much, yet I'm still very much in love with him. What goes on in men's head when they move on this quickly?" Well, it's time for me to get my man, You know what I'm saying. I'm trying to get the music back. So let's see what I can do to make this happen. So if you're just tuning in, I got a letter from a young lady who just got out of a 4-year relationship. And she is acknowledging where she is with it. Like, she's like, I'm not even trying to date right now. I can't even think about another person. It's just been a week. Meanwhile, my ex, my used to be man, has moved on and is now dating the chick that he swore up and down he wasn't seeing, he wasn't messing around with, and it's his coworker. Wait a minute. Yeah, this is his coworker. Yeah, his coworker. And wait a minute. Where's the letter? He promised me up and down constantly. Okay. So my font goes in and out. Okay, first of all, I always love to emphasize, you're not the first woman to go through this. You're not the first person. Men go through it too. You are not you are not alone. First of all, sis, because I know that sometimes the enemy will have you thinking, or the way things are set up, you know, you'll be in a state of mind thinking you're the only one going through this and that, and then you're spiraling down, you know, with all of these emotions. You are not the first person to go through this, to have been in love with a man, and you spent some years with this man. You invested as much as you possibly could with this man, into this man, emotionally and everything. You were building a future with this man, and then all of a sudden, or through time, things fall apart, and you're looking at the amount of time you invested, and you're trying to pay respect, I guess, to the history of the relationship. Meanwhile, this sucker done moved on to the next heifer that he swore up and down he was not into. You're not the first woman. You won't be the last. And I promise you, pain don't last always. Pain does not last always. And it's an old rhythm and blues song. It goes, it don't hurt like it used to, baby. I know that's not what you want to hear right now, along with what I'm about to tell you. You said that he's only known her for a couple of weeks. He's been knowing her and into her far longer than 2 weeks. And chances are he had checked out before the breakup actually happened. The breakup was probably a blessing for him because he really wanted to pursue her. I don't want to be negative and say, well, you know, this is what he wanted to a certain degree. This is what he wanted. He didn't want to, I guess, hurt your feelings. So he swore up and down that he wasn't with this girl. I mean, a lie is a lie, but there's always a reason for it, you know, that you can stomach, that is palatable to you. He was very much into this woman. So when the two of you broke up, what's stopping him? He's not connected to you anymore. The two of you are not married. And so there's his opportunity to go and pursue a relationship with someone that he is obviously attracted to, and he was acting on the attraction. But what I want to leave you with is this: no matter if the two of you are apart or you would have still been together, the attraction for this woman, the desire for her and to want to pursue a relationship with her would have still been present, even in a relationship with you. And that's not what you want. Girl, you don't want no man that's sitting up fantasizing about a woman that you know about, right? You don't want to be having conversations about another woman with your man, especially one that obviously something is up. Your intuition told you that. Your intuition told you to keep poking, or probing until you got whatever you got. Now, the end result is he's moved on, and you are feeling, I guess, like, how dare he disrespect the history and our 4-year relationship. You want him to grieve the relationship that you guys had, like you are. People move on for different reasons, my good sis. It doesn't make him necessarily a bad person. It doesn't. I'm not going to say that. People move on for different reasons. You know, he's not obligated to not date people for the same amount of time that you're not going to date people. Because truth be told, as long as you're in love with this man, honey, no amount of time would have been acceptable to you because you're still emotionally connected to him. And that's okay. That's what I want you to know. That's okay. My last show, I said this because I'm going to address what you said. You said I hate them both so much. That was so funny to me because, girl, I've been there before. I hate them both so much, yet I'm still very much in love with him. I said this on my last show. One of the hardest things you can do is walk away from a relationship when you are still madly in love with that man. I don't think y'all ready for that conversation. When the relationship has ended, but your feelings have not, right? When he's walked away or she has walked away, but your heart is still with them. When you lay alone in the bed at night wondering how the hell did we get here, but your body is still craving theirs. You know what I'm saying? You're missing their presence not only in your bed, but in your life, and they done went on with their life. Nobody wants to talk about that. Being madly in love with a person and they have moved on with their life. It happens. I don't have an answer for that. But I can tell you that if you try to redirect your attention and your focus, that you could ease some of your pain, because we don't control how and when people move on. When the relationship is over, the relationship is over. I know you don't want to hear that. When the relationship is over, the relationship is over. At that point, you have no say-so on who he sees, okay, and what he does. And I think that by you trying to make that your business or trying to find out as much information as you can about what he's doing right now, that's only going to hurt you. Because again, you're still in love with this man, and baby, that's okay. You know what? I'm a sucker for repeating myself. What you do now, what you do in the meantime, it matters. You know, I truly believe, and call me a sucker for love, call me whatever. I don't care. I've been called a lot of names in my life, and it won't hurt me, whatever you call me. Sometimes how you handle an initial breakup, okay, it determines how things will unfold or progress in the future. What you do now matters. You know, you don't want to act out on your emotions. You don't want to be vengeful. Why don't you sit with your emotions? Why don't you own that? Why don't you own the fact that you had a 4-year relationship with a man that you was in love with, and you know that you did the best you could to sustain the relationship? And let's turn it around. Let's look at the fact that instead of cheating on you, because there's no indication in the letter that he's a cheater, right? You just don't like that he's moved on so fast. Let's applaud the man for actually walking away versus cheating on you, sis. Okay? What would you rather have? Him staying with you, still really attracted to her and connected to her, and dipping out on you behind your back? You don't want nobody like that. Let's look at the bright side of it. Things ended, and now he's pursuing that. I'm not saying you got to take him back with open arms. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying if you're still in love with this man, obviously. So who's to say that things won't come back together in the future? You know, once he can see that the grass isn't greener on the other side. Unfortunately, people go through that. People get to looking, outside of the relationship, and they get to giving in to temptation, and they want to go dip their toes in the pond. They want to go sample other people's goods. And then once all of that is over with and they realize that what was out there is not better than what I had, then they want to come back knocking at the door to see if they can rekindle the connection that they had with you. It happens. I'm not here to make nobody the bad guy or the villain, because everybody's got their journey and their path in life. And I'm not here to tell you what to do with the man that you obviously are still in love with. But I need you to respect the fact that he's not going to grieve the relationship in the same manner that you do. He's not going to sit around. I don't know too many men that's going to sit around and twiddle their thumbs after a relationship is over. Not too many. I know a couple. But I don't know too many men that's just going to sit around and not date and not do this with people that they're interested in. Your life doesn't have to stop. Who's to say that, I don't know. And don't be comparing yourself to this woman. This woman ain't got nothing on you. You had him for 4 years. You know everything about this man. And if you let your feelings take a back seat, if you allow your feelings to take a back seat, collect yourself, sis. Sit with it. Have a nice glass of wine. Mellow out a little bit. And if you really think about it, you already got the answer because she don't know him better than you. If you really think about it, you can probably guess how this is going to turn out based on what type of man you got. He's used to you. He's used to everything about you. He's used to the life with you. He's used to your love making. He's used to your cooking. He's used to going to bed with you, waking up with you. He's used to the life with you. So that's only going to last for so long. Now, you can put your foot in your mouth by start acting out and acting vengeful and acting like a little girl and doing all this crazy mess and keep him way over there. I don't know what you want to do. I know you're brokenhearted right now and you're still in love with this man. I just want to tell you, baby, you're not alone. You know Angela gonna tell you, you are not alone. And for anybody out there that's going through that, it's okay to still be in love with the person who broke your heart. I'm not saying to act on it. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm too emotional. But, you know, if it's not an amicable breakup or, you know, it's not nothing, you know, where somebody damn near got killed, chances are one or both of you probably will walk away or disconnect when there are feelings still there. That's okay. Sometimes you need a break. Sometimes things have to fall apart so they can come back together the right way. Sometimes people really do need to see that you are the best person for them and the journey that they're taking in life. And sometimes people take us for granted, and then they get to thinking that 20% is better than the 80% that they already have. That's their business. How you learn is how you learn. The consequences will still be the same. When you start betraying people and dropping people and writing people off just because you about to go do your thing over here with the next person, be ready to accept what comes with when you want to travel back through those doors. Some people don't get a second chance. Some people don't get to come back. Some people not welcoming you back because they like the old saying, you had one chance to get it right. You fumbled the bag, you fumbled this person, you fumbled the relationship, and I'm out. I don't know where you fall into that category. All I know is I'm careful with what I'm telling a woman who's still in love and connected to that man that ended things a week ago. Don't get all hype about that. He just been fooling what? He's only known this person 2 weeks? And that's what you think, babe. He been knowing her way longer than 2 weeks. And whatever happened with you guys, whatever you were arguing about her and all of this and trying to get to the bottom of it, he was annoyed because he was hiding a lot from you. He really wants to pursue that woman. So go wipe your hands, sit on them so you don't do nothing foolish. And just know, baby, everything's going to work out if you handle it the right way. You know what I always say. You can get through it. You can get through it without being on an episode of Snapped. You can get through it without Law and Order making an episode about you. You can get through it without having to do probation. You can get through it, honey, without being, walked away in handcuffs. You can get through it without the embarrassment of doing something foolish. You can get through it. It's all in how you handle it. Own your feelings and know that you are not the first woman to go through this, honey. People move on when they move on. They have their own reasons. It's not one solid reason that people move on. And don't trick yourself into thinking, well, he never loved me because he moved on. Girl, bye. That don't mean nothing. That's not an absolute. Now, it happens. It happens. But that's not an absolute. Don't let the enemy talk you into no mess like that. Well, if he loved me, he wouldn't have moved on. People do what they want to do. Sometimes people move on because they don't want to sit and own those feelings. They don't want to admit that they could have handled things differently. They don't want to admit that they just done a good person wrong and they don't know how to fix it. So the best option for them is to just keep it pushing with the next person, because even though they know they need to fix it, they don't know how to fix it. Sometimes it's in the know-how and the not know-hows. People have different reasons. We ain't got to make him a bad guy. And you ain't got to be the bad girl, the bad woman. You're just a woman in love with a man who has lost his way. So if you're just tuning in, we got a young lady that just got out of a 4-year relationship. And it's been a week and she's not even ready to date. She's not thinking about it. And she says her ex is already pursuing a coworker who was one of the reasons for the split. And, you know, he denied up and down when they was together that he wasn't into this woman. And now that he and her have broken up, he's with the girl, the co-worker that he was denying. He was lying to her. He was lying to her. Girl, listen, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell y'all something. Don't ask me how I know. Stay out of my business. But I feel that the workplace, especially corporate America, that's why most people cheat in peace, baby. They cheat in peace at the workplace. You can go there and make your money and get your lunchtime honey. And then you go on back home to whoever you belong to. Most affairs start in the workplace. And what you don't want, let me tell you what you don't want, baby. You don't want to be with nobody that you can't trust to go to work, okay? Because work is work. Work is where we pay the bills, right? Work is where you go to make that money to pay for the bills, for the lifestyle that we're living, for the life that we are creating together. So if I can't trust your raggedy behind to take your behind to work and mind your business, okay, without checking out some other person at the office and spending your breaks and your lunches with somebody, or sneaking away to the parking garage and getting you some smooches and some fellatio, I don't need to be with your behind. Woo, the stuff I know, the stuff I know, the stuff I see. Okay? The workplace is where most people go to cheat in peace. It's not very often that spouses just walk up on the job and catch you in the act. Not very, it happens. But most of the time in the office, you're safe. So I say to that, my good sis, you didn't need him right now. Let that man, whatever he's got going on is whatever he's got going on. It's with a coworker. So, like I said, you pointed out he's only known this person for 2 weeks. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. It's been longer than 2 weeks. It's been longer than 2 weeks. But don't be so hard on yourself. This is what I like to talk about. Real conversations about real things that us real people can relate to. You know, ain't no finger pointing over here. Ain't no gender bashing. We just gonna talk about it is what it is. You ain't the first woman, baby. And I hope all works out for you. I really do. I want it to work out for you. However that looks for you. Okay? But I want you to know something. You take that man back. I wouldn't trust him, especially at that job. Now I'm not a proponent of job hopping, but you know, a cheater gonna be a cheater. He can cheat at this job and he can cheat at the next. But if old girl's still there, you got a problem on your hand. I gotta be real with you. You got a problem on your hand because he been lying to you about some stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I can't predict the future, but yeah. But again, let's focus on the fact that he ended it with you versus, I guess, just all out cheating on you. So I want you to sit with that and know that you are not alone. I pray that you do the right thing. Fall back a little bit, sis. Don't act on emotion. Don't let nobody pump you up and talk you into doing something stupid. You know, respect the history that you have with this man. 4 years, a 4-year relationship. You got a lot of good stuff that was in there, I hope. Focus on that. You know, if what you say is true, 2 weeks versus 4 years, girl, bye. Sit in confidence. Sit in confidence. Sit in confidence with your feelings. Own who you are, okay? You're the woman that had his heart and he's been connected to for 4 years. You don't think he's going to miss you? I don't care how hot and heavy he pursuing her. You don't think please don't think for 1 minute that he's not going to think about it. Own it. Sit with it, girl. You got to know who you are and what you brought to the table in terms of that relationship. What did I bring to the relationship? Okay, if things were basically okay until this person presented themselves into the picture, then sit with it, girl. Like, I know my man. Okay. This is something new, but overall, I know him. I'm gonna sit back and see. I'm gonna let him figure out. Okay, I'm going to allow him to figure out what he needs to figure out, because I don't want nobody with me that's second guessing if I'm the person that they want to be with. You got that? You better than that. All right? So, guys, I don't think we gonna see each other before 2023. But I tell you what, I know that there are a lot of content creators here on TikTok. I enjoy this app. I just want you to know, because, I'm just a down home, down to earth type of woman. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I really do. I appreciate, those that engage with me, or, give me a little feedback or whatever. I love your feedback, respectful feedback. And you know what? I'm blessed with that. I'm blessed with when people come across my content. I've only had 2 crazy people that I had to block in the course of it all. So I appreciate the grown and sexy people that come to the show, give me your time and attention and engage or whatever. You show me love, I show you love right back. You want to give love, I'm going to give it to you right back. Okay? So I thank you guys. I want you guys to have a wonderful, wonderful new year. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Now, y'all know I got a new talk show episode coming out. Okay? A brand new talk show episode coming out next week. Please tune in to the... That's the longer version of what I do here. It's the longer version because it's packed with detailed information. The kind of stuff I can't say on here, right? Without them muting the sound. But if you want some good old raunchy, spicy, Jerry Springer-ish with a little bit of BET, you got to watch my talk show to get those letters. So I appreciate you guys. Much love. May God bless you. Happy New Year, and tell somebody about DivaSpeaks relationship, have them follow or whatever. If you follow me, I'll follow you back. But if you unfollow me, I'm so petty. I go through my follow list. I will unfollow you back. Ain't no hard feelings. Yeah, I get it. But much love, everybody. Have a good one.